Came on to talk to the young generation because I want you to know how valuable you are to the future of the world. And I particularly want to talk to, I appreciate all you fortunate children that have stability. That's a beautiful thing. You are blessed. Go forth and nourish the world with your education. I want to speak to the children in the ghetto that feel and live in despair, that feel that they have to do things like sell illegal products, drugs, narcotics to survive, that's brainwashed into the trap of damnation. I want you to know that you have the right to sue the United States government for putting you in there. What am I speaking of? I'm speaking of when you started selling these illegal drugs, you got felonies. And I'm speaking of because of those felonies, you was not, even after paying time in jail for selling those drugs, you was not allowed to get a decent job. So you was damned. And I'm speaking of the United States government, not allegedly. It's been confirmed how much illegal money, drugs, money was used to support United States wars. Okay? Let's talk about it. The drug kingpins that they needed to allow to destroy certain areas for gentrification. The fentanyl that comes from other countries that's allowed to be brought in. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, spoke of a particular country that has been allowing fentanyl to come into the United States. I came on so I could talk to the young generation so you can know what your power is. You have the power to unite. Marching is not effective. See, I was born in 1963 just so I could come tell you this. In those days, before internet, before all of this, it was effective. Marching was effective. You can march now till your legs fall off. It's not effective. You have to sue. And what the gang members and the drug cartels have to sue for is the prohibition of marijuana. Why? It can be proven that the United States government gave people classes and money to grow that marijuana within the United States and gave the ghettos jail, institution, and death to bring it across the state line. And for that, you was incarcerated with all kinds of criminals and lost your lives and you got damnation, had to live a life. You have the right to sue. You have the right to sue. And I'm here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you to study what Malcolm X fight was about. I'm here to tell you to study what Dr. Martin Luther King was fight was about. Things that you take for granted, like simply drinking out of a water fountain, being able to touch the same glass as another nationality can touch, walking on a bus without being demeaned and humiliated. The things that a Black American has fought for has been taken away, and given to people without color. What am I speaking of? The true Americans that are called Indians today. That's what I'm speaking of. The founders of America, blood type O, the founders of America, the children of Jesus Christ, blood type O. That's what it is. That's my spiritual awakening that I want to share with you, is that the Black Americans are the children of Jesus Christ. I'm not blaspheming in none of that time. I don't need to get into that, but let me get into this. What's your liberty and what's your right as a human being? Your right is to unite, and I will get this through the jails. Your right is to unite and sue the United States government for the prohibition of marijuana. People like Shawnee O'Neal, I don't know her other name, but I want you to know who she is. She will not be allowed to invest as she has all that money into marijuana. People like that, no, you will have to be a former gang member or a gang member that has not committed a murder to be able to get the license to be a king. Just like Johnny Walker Red, what they did to Al Capone, locked him up, and took away. Hey, we're going to get into what we're going to be suing this government for. Iraka. Remember the lottery, the lotto? We're going to Iraka. The ghettos of America is going to sue the United States government, and you, gang members, got to save this world. You're going to throw this into your lawsuit along with fighting for the prohibition of marijuana. You're going to fight for the liberty to have your own lottery in the ghettos, because United States government has robbed the ghettos of America with the lottery. It was ours first. And now they want to make it theirs to send their money into space and rob the ghettos every day. Every day. So we're going to sue about that and the prohibition of marijuana. That's going to save the world. What United States drug cartels and gang members are going to do is have the full control to be able, all of those immigrants that got deported, to be able to have them mined and harvest the marijuana medically, recreation, everything. For in return, no gang member or drug cartel would sell any illegal drugs that they are forced to sell by their governments. Do they really want the drugs off the street? What did I say? If the United States government give the gang members and the drug cartels the prohibition of the marijuana, they will have no reason to sell illegal narcotics. In fact, they will make sure every illegal narcotic is off the streets, because it's been the gang members that control what is sold. Listen to me, rich billionaire mothers. Listen to me, rich mothers. This is what you need to be putting your money into. Helping the ghettos of America and the drug cartels gain the prohibition of marijuana with writing you a declaration. How? They will clean up the streets of America. Will start in America, because America is the heart, and they're saying salvation of the world, the core of the world. Put it down. Put it down, gang member. Because you know what happened in New York City? This is what happened. Your illegal Mayor Adams allowed illegal weed dispensaries to be opened up, and that took you out of your weed business. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And you had to start selling that narcotic again. But now he's been exposed by me and others. Trust, believe me, this little poverty, uneducated piece of garbage that people think I am. Expose that man. He had to close them things down. And now it's your opportunity to get back within your back sacks and on them damn corners and sell your weed again and put them narcotics down. Put that fentanyl down. Put that crack down. Put that heroin down. Go back to selling your marijuana before you be eating dog food for the next couple of years. What did I say? says sue the United States government for the prohibition of marijuana. What did I also say? Sue the United States government for the lottery. Robbing the ghettos of America. Get them out. Let them folk have their lottery. Let our state be the man to put our own ghetto lottery in place. Sue for it. Because all they doing is robbing the ghettos. Malcolm X tried to teach y'all we have to sue. We're not talking about the days, the white man, this, the white man. We're not talking about that foolishness. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the principles and values of the God that he served. The Holy Spirit in his God that he served. That's what we're speaking of. He was a man of justice, and all he wanted to see was justice. And he told us we have to sue. Dr. King told us we had to march. Before all of this technology, that was the way. Now, no, we have to sue. We have to have applications. Young generation, I'm speaking of the ghetto right now. I'm speaking to you Black American young men. Those, you got that stash. Don't go buy that Rolex. Don't go buy that fancy car. Invest in real estate and don't go picking up nobody damn name to put it in. Get you a job. Get you a job. Even if it's just a minimum wage job. Stash that cash until you establish yourself some credit. Person that don't plan plans to fail. Okay? Establish yourself some credit with that job. I'm a felon. I'm this. I'm that guy. Work at McDonald's. Work anywhere that will hire you. Then sell your little marijuana still. I said marijuana. Still. Stack your cash. Find you someone decent. Decent. If it's possible. You that felon, you that thug. Find you someone decent to marry. And then y'all go buy a multiple family house. And because that decent person, you may be blessed with a decent person that have a decent job. Y'all will be well on your way. And if you just meet a decent person that don't have a decent job, she could get one. Plan. Diamonds are for fools. You want to invest in something, invest in gold. Diamonds are for fools. You're going to contact Rocket Mortgage. You're going to contact NACA if you poor. I'm talking to the poor folks. Talking to the poor folks. Oh, little me, baby, was out there. Okay? Them Nikki days. What was it? Nikki Bonds and all them Nikki days was out there in Harlem. So I'm telling you what I know. I walked through that valley of shadow of death. I'm telling you what I know, young man. The diamond ain't it. The rock ain't it. That girl, her BBL and flat, that ain't it. That ain't it. Real estate is it. And lift up your fellow man. Lift up your fellow man. And research. Research. Get that car. All I got, I got to finish this package. I got to finish. That package going to finish you. Don't do it to yourself. Put it down. Put it down. Now that in New York City, mostly all those illegal spots of selling marijuana had to be closed, get your damn back sacks back on. Get out of your cars because they taking them. Get your damn backsack on and get them little feet and get you a little chair and umbrella and build your clientele back up with your marijuana. All those trips, Mayor Adams is after my monkey ass. All of those trips that he was blamed, but no vacation trips. Him, Kamala Harris, sold the ghettos to those people that they call yang 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 Indian. My brother man, the one that they gave all the yellow cabs to and the Dunkin' Donuts. Now they gave them real estate and property. When I walk, my soul cries because I carry the souls of the spirits, descendants that transition for us to live heaven on this earth. They cry, they bleed in me. I look to the left and I look to the right, and I see little kids from India playing in the backyards of the houses in Bronx, New York. Kamala Harris and them gave them mortgages, and those people just got minimum wages jobs. Hey, mama, I'm telling y'all something, okay? Then they pay their kids to get our scholarships. Let me tell you, they get their kids tutored 5,000 a month. They pay for their children to get tutors to get our children in the ghetto scholarships. So when y'all seen that president that don't play no games start telling certain people they can't even go to our colleges, getting insane, because when he looked up in who is taking the scholarships away from the American citizens, Black Americans, when affirmative action was taken away, the reason being no Black Americans was getting affirmed to the action. People without color, just because you got my color, you're not me. A big blogger called AT2 asked me what I meant by that. Blood type O, gap in the mouth, Black American child, descendant of Jesus Christ. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that. I ran across a little thing they put on YouTube talking about, oh, we finally found the region of blood type O. Baby, please, they would never tell the truth about that. They would never tell the truth about that. Our cotton little hair will tell you everything. That cotton little hair, we have different DNA. We left Africa because we did not want to be around the Africans. Different. We're rulers, we're leaders. And Black Americans, what you want and what my spiritual awakening wants to share with you is that it's so many messages to give you people, because you will leave heaven on earth. And the Holy Spirit wants you to leave America and go rule and find better places. That's why we will be rebuilding places like Venezuela. We'll be working with those drug cartels to rebuild paradise in Venezuela, build paradise in Mexico. And this is what we're going to do with the money of the prohibition of marijuana. We're going to rebuild the ghettos of America and other places so we can have heaven on this earth. Time for the suffering to stop. It will be heaven or be no earth. That's my spiritual awakening. Meanwhile, put it down. You cannot sell illegal pills and heroin, and all of them cocaines and things. We're in a revelation right now. Put it down. Because the Holy Spirit is judging why you did it. Why you did it. So if you actually selling this drug and don't care about human life, anybody selling drugs don't care about human life. Can't be that judge. Cannot be that judge. Why? If you think your soul is eternal, your soul is eternal. What you come back as is up to you. You have a blessed day. And what is this message? This message is for the gang members and the drug cartels to sue for the prohibition of marijuana with a declaration. United States of America, we want to give you this declaration. You give us the prohibition of marijuana, we'll make sure not one illegal narcotic is sold in your streets of America. And that discipline will spread throughout the world. I said what? That discipline will spread throughout the world. That's that. Do the United States government really want drugs off? Because the president that's in, if drug cartels and gang members write him a declaration, as much as Donald Trump hates drugs, he would definitely look into that. If Donald Trump knows where the money is. That's why he tried to work with Elon Musk. He was going to try to get us another economy of cars in America. Didn't work out. Didn't work out. This is a president that is bold enough to honor. Okay? Got to do something. And let me speak to the farmers, the descendants of the South. When the North robbed you and took all your money because you had free slavery, you did like a United States government need to demolish the white farmers for slavery. And the black farmers need to be able to buy their farms and run them like they running theirs with union workers, because they refuse to make less money hiring proper union workers. They refuse to do that. They want you to stay there like you understand? No. You got to pay somebody at least $22 an hour to be in that hot sun. Okay? Hmm. 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 Or maybe Mexico can make a treaty with United States to hire their workers, because United States workers don't want to work in those farms. Something needs to be done properly. But all of this getting away with all of those years y'all had free slavery, again, after the war was won and slavery was over, you white farmers chose treason again, cheap labor, illegal people working for you, and you getting away with. You need to be losing your farms for having illegal people work for you. So we just supposed to look past that. Governments, people, children, this is for the young generation, the ones that's going to college, and your mom and daddy don't live in the ghetto, and you going to be a lawyer. Yeah, this is what you need to fight for. This is what our descendants died for you to get also. So you get it together and sue the United States government. Farmers, those farmers, for what? Not hiring people, not hiring the ghettos of America, giving them proper wages to work on their farms, and being allowed to hire illegal immigrants and get away with it. That's against the law. So why should they still keep their farms? We just found out that 100% of their workers was illegal immigrants. So why should they get to keep their farms? They earn how much money? Millions and trillions of dollars that they still getting. They think they're gonna get money from the government to replace it. The census. The census. They're gonna say Tulsa got reparations. We're gonna go back to everybody that lost their jobs in March in 1963. We're gonna take those census of everybody that marched in the 60s for the civil rights. Civil rights. Those are the people that's going to get accounted for to get that reparations. My name, you can find me. Apartments available in New York City was one of the first pages. No, Facebook was first. Then they took it down. Apartments available in New York City. They switched it up where I could lose contact, but I'm still able to stream on there. That page was never for money. Apartments available in New York City, to let you know there are no apartments available to the ghetto in New York City, just shelters and gentrification. So you must purchase a home, okay? Messenger from the spiritual army angels are messages from your descendants to give to you to live heaven on this earth. Sent back in this day of time to let you, the kings and the queens, who are they? The Black Americans. Black Americans, baby. Kings and queens, yes. Not you that got my color. Nah, I'm not talking to you. Okay? I said what I said. Spiritual awakening that the Holy Spirit gave me to be the minister of the revelation. Stop buying them diamonds. Only buy gold. Oh, diamonds are worth money. I don't care. Natural diamonds worth money. No. When there's a war, diamonds ain't gonna be worth nothing. If you look into the pawn shops today, you may see some old vintage jewelry. And the only thing, when they pawned that vintage jewelry, they got value of was the gold, because they probably pawned it within the war days, okay? Diamonds are what they say. Whatever the man said, the Holy Spirit had a jeweler sit me down and give me a lesson on diamonds. I'm not educated by no government. I'm only educated by the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit refused for me to be able to receive or comprehend any government education. So I'm telling you what I know. She had a jeweler sit me down and tell me all the secrets of the diamonds. Then the lawyers sit me down, tell me all the secrets of housing preservation development money. I want y'all to study a trial called Samuel Pierce trial. Nobody went to jail. That's the government. When you'll see where Hillary and all of them get all of their money, all of their millions and millions of dollars. It's from housing preservation development money that now they build in jail cells. They build in housing, but they like little jail cells. The rooms are the size of a queen size bed. They build in little jail cells to put people in on Section 8 and others in the cities. Disgusting. Young generation of Black Americans sue, and those that can't leave America, build your communities back. Thank you very much. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you, One King Standing. Spread the news. Spread the news because I'll be sharing this to my Facebook.